There's sometimes, I don't know if the guy's serious or not, but sometimes Facebook makes me laugh. We all put it up for two reasons. Anything. And I readily admit this. You put it up for sympathy. I mean, the minute a dog dies, I'm the same way. I put it up that my dog died, right? People will put it up for prayers for a family member, which is also sympathy, basically.
Thoughts and prayers.
Or you put it up to brag. And that's Bob's biggest pet peeve, right? But regardless, when you have the 2,000 limit friends and comments or whatever, when you put something up that you're trying to get a brag in and you leave it overnight, there's going to be one. And the guy may be just joking, but sometimes they're not. So I put up that I passed a real estate exam yesterday. I'm having that in my back pocket. Here's why. I don't know why, but I've always enjoyed going to homes that are being built and walk through and stealing sheetrock and whatever. No, I like the idea of the construction, but I never got into construction because I've been doing this for a long time. And I've lost a ton of dough. Not lost a ton of dough, just, bird in hand thing where you sell it and probably should have hung on to it kind of thing. And I've always lived in new houses. And also, I own 3 rental properties, basically. And I can, even if radio goes on, which is, iffy for me, it's something to have in your back pocket for your own deals. So you don't have to pay somebody else 3%. Anyway, I put it up. Everybody's like, congratulations. You can do whatever you want to do. Way to go. And then saying, hey, come work for me or whatever. Nobody's really said that yet. And then this dude just wrote, the rich get richer.
Wow.
No, here's how it works. You get a license for anything, plumbing or anything. You start at the bottom, and then you see where you can go. And I've got a family member who did it after he retired, and he decided it wasn't for him, not getting any richer. As a matter of fact, your salary is 0 when you start because you're an independent contractor. Well, he probably meant it as a joke, and I'm going off into it.
Joking.
I just think social media is funny, both why we post things and what our responses are. All right, the cameras are on. Hi.
Oh, hey.
Hey, how you doing? Jeff
How you
Goldblum.
doing?
Jeff Goldblum here. This isn't the only pair I bought, but they got these out quick. Is it 5 yet? I'm going to give that young lady a plug. I want to do this real quick because we want to get into Small Town Tober so you can see him at 7 o'clock when you look at the film here. Matt will be back. I'm saving whatever it was we were dying over yesterday. First, the Austin Karen, and then we have to go back and visit the Small Town Tober. Which one did we lose our minds to? Do you remember? Let's see.
Underwater pumpkin carving.
Well, here's the deal. I have another underwater pumpkin carving for today.
Oh,
I didn't know it was a
different
thing.
one?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Is that the one we were losing our mind to yesterday?
Yes.
You could call it a craze.
Huh. Okay. But we have corn maze.
In a month, it's going to be underwater turkey carving. Wait for that.
Here, let's do some corn mazes. I still got to get to meat beaters, too. Let's start with meat beaters. You want to start with meat beaters? It's only one. Okay, here you go. Now, if you haven't heard, there have been accusations towards Rudy Giuliani that in the new Borat movie, which is too long of a name to pronounce, they had the actress that plays Borat's daughter. Mm-hmm. She's playing a 15-year-old. I don't think she's 15. It's not a booger. I'm scratching. And Rudy lays back on a bed. She takes him to a hotel room, and Rudy lays back on a bed, and you see his hand go in his pants. And his claim is that he was tucking in his shirt. Now, Bob, did you try it last night?
Yes, I did.
Nobody
lies down on their back to tuck their shirt in.
Okay. Well,
it doesn't
there's
work.
accusations that he was touching his wiener, and but there's a couple of other places that go, look, they could have edited anything together. But I think we have the final word, and this will be the last meat beaters unless something happens over the weekend. Here is Borat defending Rudy Giuliani that it is not true. So give me a second here to make this big for the screen here. I'll restart it. There you go. Dylan gets really upset with me if I don't have it.
He does. He tried to fight you the other day.
Screen. So here you go. Here is the explanation from Borat himself.
Yakshamash, I here to defend America's mayor, Rudolph Giuliani. what was an innocent, sexy time encounter between a consenting man and my 15-year-old daughter have been turned into something disgusting by fake news media. I warn you, anyone else try this, and Rudolph will not hesitate to reach into his legal briefs and whip out his subpoenas. Dziękuję.
So there's the. It's called the subsequent movie film
I'm gonna have to watch it
on
tonight.
Amazon. I'm halfway through it. I used to think, because like I said, pranks like that make me nervous, and then I saw him in other movies, and it's Abby Hoffman he plays in The Trial of Chicago 7. I think the dude's a genius.
Some of the old Ollie G ones were great.
I think he's doing what Andy Kaufman did, but better.
Performance art.
You know?
Yeah, there's a little more structure to it and
A
reason.
little more structure to it and reason, yeah. So let's do Small Town Tober. Let's go.
Oh!
And now it's time for Small Town Tober on the Dudley and Bob with Matt
Afternoon.
show
Can
on
you-
KLBJ.
Can you play this? Can you play the guy lost in the corn maze?
Yeah,
Bob
I got
knows
it right
what it
here.
is.
I got it right here.
I don't see it on mine. I know it's in
Did
there.
it move? Wait.
I know it's on
Where
mine.
is it?
I am currently lost.
I am currently lost in the Mesilla Valley corn maze.
Whoa, phasing.
See if we do it right. Go. 1, 2, 3.
I am currently lost in the Mesilla Valley corn maze.
That's the wrong one.
He hit John Reed.
All
I
right.
swear.
1, 2, 3.
I am currently lost in the Mesilla Valley corn maze.
You guys suck.
All right. One more time.
All right.
On 3. 1, 2.
I am currently lost in the Mesilla Valley corn maze.
That's pretty good.
No phasing though. So I hesitate because that one was so good, and this all started off with corn mazes. We have corn mazes, but they're never going to be as good as that. But it is kind of an alien thing to us here. Corn mazes. It's a Midwestern kind of thing. So here's one from the John Mack Orchard. Gives families a sense of normalcy amid the COVID pandemic. I don't think a corn maze would give me any sense of normality because I've never been in one.
In positive local news, we've seen COVID-19 change a lot of seasonal activities through the last several months, but an apple orchard in Malta, Illinois has one particular fall favorite that brings back a sense of normalcy despite the pandemic.
13 News reporter William Ingalls shares this positive local news.
On the surface, Malta, Illinois looks like a lot of rural Midwestern towns. Cornfields, and more cornfields everywhere you go.
There's nothing to this anymore.
Even walking through the corn maze at John Mack Orchard doesn't hint at anything incredible, but a little perspective goes a long ways.
What this design concept starts with is us coming up with a theme for the year that we feel commemorates something local, something historical generally.
This year, that local spotlight goes to NIU's 125th anniversary. It's an artistic
Let's say this, it's artistic as hell.
It's huge.
It's amazing that they're able to do that.
tradition John Mack Orchard's owner, Kevin McCarter, has enjoyed sharing over the last 21 years, even if he had his doubts at the beginning.
First time we'd ever done this, we had a map, similar to this, obviously smaller, and I can remember standing at the bottom of the field that morning and thinking, this is
That's
never
a little bit of engineering going on there. You got to know, I couldn't do it. Look at my Clash of Clans village. It's a mess.
But why make it so big and intense and it's just corn you're going to look at? I don't know.
Well, do you want it to last 15? If you're paying, $25 for your family, do you want it to last 10 seconds?
People are paying that much to go through a corn maze?
I said for your family. I don't know how much it
I don't
costs. Or is it because that's about how long
You're right.
you last with a hooker that you spent $100 on?
No, you're right.
I
I've been
burned
trying
you.
to lose my family in here.
Burned you.
But the biggest test of a good corn maze is how much fun people have when they're inside it.
I think we're right on here.
Right down here.
Meet the new
I'd be cursing the whole time.
burgers. They might look like your average family enjoying a day at the orchard, but make no mistake, the team of Mia, Evan, Katie.
Okay. All right, I'm done with that one. I don't think corn mazes is our go-to anymore, dude. I'll try one more. Here's another
that was
corn
pretty
maze.
amazing, but
Really?
corn mazing.
Get the camera on him right now after that one.
Say it again. That one
Zoom
was
in.
pretty amazing.
Amazing.
This one is, where is this? Hometown Stations. Anybody see the name of a place? 72 and scattered showers. We're supposed to get our cold fronts coming.
When?
It's supposed to be in the 40s next week.
Hmm.
So
Won't last.
I love that we think, oh my God, it's going to get cold, and people in Minnesota are, oh my God, we got to get the the battery heater or the engine heater out, plug it all up, and get it ready to go.
Time to
and
break out your light
get the
sweaters.
snow. Do you know where this is? Okay, we don't
I
care.
saw something that referred to Ohio, but I'm not sure.
Here we go. Here's one. Sutter's corn maze.
Looking to unwind with family, traveling through a corn maze could be just what you're looking for in the fall season. Our Sartaj Singh visited Suter's Corn Maze with this story.
The fall season is synonymous with a number of traditions. One such tradition is journeying through a large corn maze.
Is what? Is journeying?
No, it's not. It's not. What is our tradition? We don't have a tradition.
What do you
in
mean?
the fall? What? I guess Wurst Fest would be a tradition, which I wish we could go do right now. Love Wurst Fest. But what's a tradition that we have?
State fair? Is that in?
I've never been.
Let's go together.
I've never been.
We used to have Aquafest, but that hasn't gone.
Opportunity just to get outside, do something fun with your family.
Suter Produce is gearing up for another busy fall season. While the COVID-19 pandemic continues, Tom Suter states that
Now, we saw that place that had a drive-through haunted house, a corn maze haunted house. Now, that would be fun. Children in the corn. That would scare the crap out of you. But just
they're
walking
still
through.
expecting heavy traffic to their corn maze and other offerings.
A little concern going into it, but it's worked out very well. People are really looking for fun and safe things to do outside.
This year, the maze
And there's
will be
nothing to do but a goddamn corn maze.
honoring the 400th anniversary.
Oh, that guy's not going to make it through. This boy's not going to make it through the whole corn
He'll
maze.
survive on corn, though.
I barely made it through Longhorn Cavern, dude. I mean, it was just like, I thought I was
Pilgrim's
dying.
Journey to Plymouth. Stamps and signs in the maze bring information about the Pilgrims and the Mayflower.
And there are some unique ones. When I was doing research on that, there's a lot of neat things about that voyage that I had no idea about, but it's fun this year.
Some families come to the destination.
What? Now you go through the corn maze and you learn about the Mayflower?
Why not?
Every year to travel through the 8-acre corn maze.
Just going through it, I guess. Doing things, just walking through it.
Because it's a tradition that.
Okay, now we have a soundbite. Oh, now I'm going to feel bad if he's got some sort of thing,
Yeah,
right?
He's got a thing, probably.
Hold
Corn
on.
maze.
Just going through it, I guess. Doing things, just walking through it.
Because it's a
No,
tradition
it's a
that me and
Midwestern
my family
accent.
do. Like, we go here every year, and it is a sense of normalcy.
Tom shares that
What's with the normalcy?
Those kids do not, they're at the age where they don't want to do that. But speaking of which, I presented my son with a
proposal.
Yes.
Proposition.
What would you call it? An offering.
A bribe.
A bribe for grades today. I said, look, man, if you get your semester grade up one notch,
You can continue to live
you
here.
go through a D to a C, I'll give you $25. And then I said, and if you go if you get an A, I'll give you $100 per A. And dude, non-pulsed, just like,
yeah,
all right, I'll think about it. What is wrong?
Bro's already got money.
What is? He doesn't have any money. Oh,
He's got
and
everything
then
that
when I
money can
told him-
buy.
I told him this. I started this little account.
You told me that. I'm definitely.
I told him I started this little account. We were talking about that place where you can buy micro shares of stocks, and I told him and said, "Look, I'm putting this amount of money in it for you, and we'll do $50 a month, and you pick out the stocks." And he came to me a few weeks ago and said, "Dad, can I have that money?" And I go, "No, you can't have that money until you're 18 years
Aw,
old, right?"
man.
And then today, when I said, "Hey, you're up about 110%," he went like, "They don't get it."
And that's,
But look at
that's
these
not what
kids.
rocks their world, man.
These kids are excited that they have the corn maze
They're not
to go
excited.
to.
They hate their
May be
life.
harsh. He hopes that the maze will provide some fun to families who are looking for it.
I remember seeing my dad's. I'm sorry, I'm bitchy today, and I'm just stopping.
What
and looking
happened
at
to
camera.
the?
I remember seeing my dad's paycheck for 2 weeks, and it was $500. I thought my dad was king of the world, man. I thought he's king of the world, and he would try to get me a good Christmas present every year. And I don't know, Jesus.
An opportunity to be out in nature with family or friends or both, and just unwind a little bit. It's
Okay. The corn mazes are failing, man. I don't know. That's never going to be the same. So pick one of these guys. You can pick the pumpkin scuba, which is a new pumpkin scuba.
What's a mullet toss?
The mullet toss. I'm glad you asked. It's right there.
Okay.
This is out of Florida.
Perfect.
It's the Florida-Alabama mullet toss.
Oh, this looks
Well,
fun.
after being postponed for 6 months, the Florida-Bama Mullet Toss is a go for this weekend. The 3-day event attracting tens of thousands of people, and organizers are excited to be able to put it back on. Fox 2 News Baldwin County reporter Hal Sherrick got a look at the setup today and found out what changes we can expect this year.
We faced a lot of challenges this year, just like everyone else. So that's why it was so important for our owners and for the staff to put this on.
Once the state of Florida lifted all COVID-related restrictions,
That was a great edit, wasn't it?
Well,
Mullet Toss organizers got busy putting their plan into place. This will be the 35th year for the Mullet Toss, which has become an iconic tradition here. This year's event will mean more than just a good time.
This year, my favorite part is going to be a lot of people coming together because, you know, with COVID, you haven't seen a lot of people coming together. Yeah, the camaraderie.
Meg Day, excited. That's her title?
Yeah. A mullet is a fish. So they're throwing a fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be my favorite part.
May try to swing back.
It's going to be a super spreader event is what it's going to be. There we go. There's the guy.
I've never been to it. Sounds like an experience to come check out.
Aside from being 6 months late, there will be some other changes this year. The event is completely free, no cover through 6 p.m., and the footprint out on the beach will be smaller with a shorter throwing course. The 3-day event attracts folks from all over to enjoy food, drink, the fun atmosphere, and of course, watch cold, slimy fish fly through the air.
We're geared up, we're ready, we're doing all that we can do, and we just ask that you show up, have a cold drink, and come relax with us. That's what we're here for.
While the entry into the building is free, it will cost you $15 to toss a mullet. If you're wondering how this all got started,
it actually came from a event where they had watched somebody.
Dude,
that guy botched
what a
it.
mullet fail. I guess
almost
it's
went-
hard.
it went backwards.
It must be hard to hang on to.
They're
or something
slippery.
like that.
Yeah.
Lost cow patties, ironically enough. And they said, what is something that is unique to our area?
Well, I want to make fun of this, but you know, we have cornhole tournaments. Do you have those?
Yeah, but it's not a dead fish.
I want you to be
Yeah,
on-
where's the
I want you to be
SPCA
on
on
the
this?
sound effects more, like Dan was. He'd be throwing the cornhole tournament where they had a fight. I don't know. So, what was that, Bob?
Is this animal abuse?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, they're going to die anyway, probably, if they caught them.
They're not alive.
No, that's what he's saying, though.
But it's-
The mullet. Are you really concerned about mullets?
Well, I just think it's odd.
Oh.
That we can bring back to the Gulf Coast, and it ended up being the indigenous mullet.
Hmm.
yeah,
What was the thing here when I first moved to Austin we were so concerned about? The blind salamander. Remember that?
Yeah.
You couldn't build anything over. Save Our Springs was going after over there in the well, we have a nature preserve there, right there on 620, and I've always said
360.
On 360. I want them to cut a damn highway because we don't have any east-west highways through the middle of town. Just cut a highway right through there. I don't really mean that, but for a long time it was a blind salamander that we were trying to protect. And then I remember the golden cheek warbler. I wonder how the golden cheek warbler is doing. Haven't seen any
All
of
right,
it.
let's listen to John Goodman here.
Is my face that fat?
mullet over the other. Now, if you want to come down but have concerns over, health concerns over the large crowds, they are offering free face masks for anybody who wants one in the gift shop.
Here's my concern.
What-
This is an
here's
event
the
that has
thing.
people from Florida and Alabama at the same time.
If you're concerned, they're offering the mask instead of everyone's required to wear a mask. I don't get this country where we think, well, I'm sick of it, so it'll go away. It'll eventually go away.
Now, this event gets started at 10 o'clock with the kids throwing mullet each morning. The adults start from noon and go till 4. That should be enough time for them to have some liquid courage built
That's
up.
what it is. They should just say, guess what? We're having a drunk fest on the beach. That's what that would attract me more. All right, well, there's the mullet thing.
Yeah.
Let me get into this. Let me get into this thing about the Grateful Dead thing because I haven't read it yet, and I pray that I'm sorry, guys.
I hope it's not true.
I don't know. You want to look at one more pumpkin carving? I just said
Underwater?
carving. Yes. There's another pumpkin carving under scuba. Somebody stole their bit. If you didn't, we were laughing our ass off to this yesterday. I'll just play a little bit of it, but it's happening also at Dobbins Landing, Bob.
I've been there.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Here it is.
Level underwater. The Blue Dolphin Skin Divers Club is getting into the Halloween spirit.
Now, here's where I say that the Blue Dolphin Skin Divers are actually artists. They're not jumping into a clear swimming pool to cut their pumpkins. They're jumping into the lake, which has to be murky and tougher to carve your pumpkins.
By carving pumpkins at Dobbins Landing. The 10th annual pumpkin diving event gave divers the chance to practice diving skills while creating an underwater masterpiece.
It's another thing. Another thing I never finished is do you remember we were going to all go on some sort of station trip?
And we were going to go to Branson.
We needed to, no, this is years ago. We were going to get certified, and Peggy got certified, and it was that place there was a place that taught scuba right on Burnett Road. I
think it's still
with
there.
the blue
Tom's
awning.
Dive Shop.
Tom's Dive Shop with a swimming pool in the middle of the place, and I don't know why, just never finished it. Didn't go back.
Before heading into the lake, divers carved their pumpkins and took out the seeds. Divers had 45 minutes to carve their pumpkins for judging.
On scuba, get a pumpkin and take it under the water. They carve it, and then they bring
Listen
it
to
up.
the little snide comment at the end of this by the by the anchor.
And then we judge it. We have an impartial judge, and we award prizes. And basically, it's just for fun.
Impartial judge. Medals will be...
What the hell?
What was
What
that?
the hell?
Oh, did somebody lose last year in the pumpkin?
Impartial
2019?
judge.
As if.
Impartial judge. All right, let's see. Do I have time to get into this thing about the Grateful Dead? Is there a Grateful Dead fan mass killer? It's this is from Daily Beast. Why are so many Grateful Dead fans being murdered? I don't want to join. Here we go. Bridget Lee Pendle Williamson, 23 years old. She vanished following the Grateful Dead show in 1996. Doug Simmons, last seen at a Grateful Dead concert in 1990. Mitchell Fred Weiser and his girlfriend, Benita Bickwit, missing while hitchhiking to a Grateful Dead show in 1993. And then it goes on. Body found in 95. In 2008, a woman's body discovered by a fisherman. The one marker she was wearing was a Grateful Dead jacket. Another one was murdered in the woods of Warren County, New Jersey in 1991. Only thing identifying her was a tiger tattoo on her left leg, as the exact one on Jerry Garcia's guitar.
Was he a person of interest?
And then it goes on and on and on.
I don't know, maybe.
There's a record scratch intrigue in the seeming dissonance between the vibe associated with the psychedelics devouring, hippie skewing, tie-dye wearing, anti-establishment fan community and the darkness underscoring the violent crimes and mysteries outlined in Dead and Gone. Oh, it's a podcast you can listen to. That's cool. I've been looking for some of those. The podcast explores the surprising darkness at the core of the Dead's music and the culture surrounding them and the phenomenon of how susceptible Deadheads and their freewheeling nature have been to predation. Okay. And I guess I have to listen to the podcast. It's called Dead and Gone. Wait a minute. While surveying the spate of cases that share the Deadhead connection, Dead and Gone zeros specifically on the double homicide of Mary Gioa and Greg Niffen, who were 22 and 18 when they were murdered at the Free Rainbow Village fan encampment in 1985.
I don't know. Seems like something that could happen.
I don't think there's a thing to it. When you think
there's a lot of hitchhiking and there's a lot of things that go around.
Caller, what's up?
Dead shows or were.
Hello? Hello?
I'm a little bit. Hey, are you there?
Yeah, what's up?
Hey.
Hi. I just I had a question about the mullet tossing. I don't know if I'm a little bit too late for this.
No, go ahead.
So tell me, there should be movies, but are they alive or dead fish that they're throwing?
They're dead.
Dead fish.
Dead fish.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, they are after the first throw.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, after a few tosses.
I mean, they're basically crusted in sand.
So I think
Well, at least it's not an animal rights, issue or.
It's Florida, man.
It's Florida /
man.
Alabama.
They're not even required to wear masks at the whole thing. So.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's
That's
Florida. All these people talking about the election in Florida and how close it is. I go, it ain't going to be close. It's Florida. Yeah. It is Florida. And that whole thing that, I'll give Charlie credit first for noticing that it's gone over all over. I don't know if Charlie started it, but You just enter in Florida Man in the news search, and you find just wacky, nutty stuff more than any other state. Joel, what's going on?
Hey, that Dead Gone's pretty good for true crime, but I know you're into serial killers and the such. You should check out Sword and Scale. Super good podcast.
See, I never remember these when I get off the air.
Sword and Scale.
Where do you guys find all your podcasts? Did you go right to Apple and see what's popular?
No, I use Android, so I have like the Stitcher app or Spotify, and once you find one you like, it kind of just recommends others that are similar.
Yeah. They say that's the way to go, with the exception of Joe Rogan and a couple of other people. You need a topic. You need a you
got a micro.
Where ours was just a follow up of the radio show, and we're going to do one very soon for you guys.
I was a subscriber to yours from day one.
Yeah,
all the way through.
It was tough. That's tough to do though after you've already been talking for 4 hours. All right, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Thanks everybody for watching. Sorry, Small Town Tober wasn't as good as it usually is. We're getting near the end of the month, but. A lot of good stuff.
It is what it is.
Yeah, we'll be back in just a minute. It's 4:47.